How's it going, guys? I'm here to review Evil Dead 2 1987.
4 years ago, in this quiet forest, in this cozy cabin, something happened.
So this movie takes place right after the first one left off. Ash survived the previous demonic encounter from the last movie. All of his friends are dead. One by one, they were possessed, and of course, he had no choice to fight back and then pretty much kill all of his friends because they were possessed. And he had to destroy the Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead, in the last movie by burning it alive, or because the book was technically possess itself too. It was like alive. It's kind of weird, but yes, once again, this movie stars Bruce Campbell as Ash, and this movie is directed by Sam Raimi. And technically, this movie is a sequel. It's kind of like a remake, like a reboot, requel in a way, because it does kind of leaves off, like I said, where the original movie left off, but in the same time, it kind of gives you um, like a kind of like a rerun, like a little flashback, but like tell you they're basically telling you what happened in the first movie, but done differently. Instead of Ash and his friends coming along in the trip, it's just Ash and his girlfriend, and then of course she gets possessed, and then Ash has no choice to kill her and bury her, and that's where the movie picks up right after that. So it kind of changed some stuff, but either way, it takes place where the whole incident left off. So, and then when the evil in the woods managed to catch up to Ash, it knocks him out cold. And there was a one point where he was even possessed, but I guess that it was dawn, it was daylight, that the evil gone away, and then Ash went back to being passed out, I guess. And then when he wakes up, you would think he has all day to like escape, right? All the daylight hours he would have available, but no, he wakes up when it's from dawn till dusk, pretty much, and yeah. And of course, that's when he realizes the bridge is destroyed, even though, like I said, this movie's a requel, because in the last movie, he already knows that the bridge was destroyed. So in this movie, he just realizes that the bridge is destroyed again. So I guess it's a requel. And so he has no choice to spend another night in the cabin, and that's where he meets new people. These new people, I guess they're friends of the professor that lived in the cabin before Ash. So there's that, and they have, of course, it's like kind of like the same thing of the first one. Each of these people get possessed by the demons, and Ash has no choice to. Ash and the daughter of the professor, Annie, they have no choice to work together and defeat the evil and destroy the pages, or use the pages of the Necronomicon to send the evil back in time. That's one way to put the evil at rest forever. What I mean by back in time, the passage recites a vortex, like a portal that like sucks the evil back into the Middle Ages. And of course, that's when it leads to Army of Darkness, the next movie. How? I'm not going to spoil it if you guys haven't seen this movie, but yeah.
Something so deadly, something so evil. We prayed it would never happen again.
So, what did I think of this movie? This movie is a damn good sequel. It's a worthy sequel. A lot of people like this movie like the best in the whole trilogy, or this is their favorite Evil Dead movie. And I see that because this movie is a perfect mix of horror and comedy. It's like more of a dark comedy movie. Like I said in the last review, as each movie goes, it gets sillier and sillier. This movie was just both combination of horror and comedy, while the next movie, Army of Darkness, it does have a little bit horror elements, but it's more like an action comedy too. But yeah, this movie, perfect blend of horror comedy, a lot of humorous moments, and a lot of creepy, scary moments too. And this movie is not as gory as the last one. It still has blood, but I can tell the MPA or whoever was in charge of the production, they didn't want to use actual like gore or actual like just graphic, grotesque violence because they can't afford an NC-17, so that's why they need an R rating. So that's why they used green and black blood for the demons instead of just actual blood like in the last movie. Personally, yeah, like I said, I enjoy the movie. I enjoy the sequel. It's a worthy sequel. The production's higher in this one. It's like a retelling of the first one in a way. It's a requel, but I personally like the original one better. A lot of people might be confused because a lot of people love this movie and a lot of people prefers Evil Dead 2 over the first one, but I actually prefer the first one because the first one's like something that you'll never see in your life before. Like, whoa, like once you watch that first movie for the first time, it'll just stick with you. You're just like, damn, demons screaming at your head for an hour and a half, and then just with grotesque violence and carnage and like all that chaos in the background. It's just like, whoa. It's like it's an experience like you've never seen before once you watch the first movie. But once you get into this movie, you kind of know what to expect, but at the same time, the horror is kind of trimmed down to more of a comedy. So I like the first one because not only just that, what I just said, but it's darker, it's scarier, it's just more creepy. Yeah, I just prefer the original one because it's just scarier.
Now, from the creator of Evil Dead comes Evil Dead 2.
But Bruce Campbell as Ash is badass as always. As each movie goes by, he gets more badass and badass. This movie is just where the badass groovy line comes from, the dialogue, which is really cheesy, but it works so well because it's so badass at the same time, groovy. There's really nothing bad I can say about this movie. This movie is really good. Horror and comedy mixed well in this movie. The performances are great. The characters are great. Ash is great. A lot of funny scenes, a lot of horrific scenes. The special effects is over the top. It's not as graphic as the first one, but it is still over the top. And yeah, I enjoy this movie. There's really nothing bad I can say. So I have to give this movie out of 10. I would give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. I enjoy this sequel, a worthy sequel. So that was my quick review of Evil Dead 2, 1987. Please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn.